Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Sarveshwar Inani and today we'll discuss CLT, Central Limit Theorem, that is the mother of statistics in a very simple way. So first of all, we need to describe what is CLT. Okay, so I want to say, sorry, not I, CLT wants to say if random samples of size n, that is the number of observation in a sample, are drawn from population that is having a mean mu and standard deviation sigma. Here, what I want to say, population, we are having a population that has a mu and sigma. If we draw a sample of size n and its number of observation from this population, then the sampling distribution of the sample mean would be following normal distribution with a mu and standard deviation, such as I can say this is the central limit theorem. It will be the sample mean we draw from this population with a sample size n, it would be following normal distribution with population mean and with a standard error sigma by under root n. This is CLT, most important theorem in history of statistics. So, what is the implication of this, friends? If you want to say, okay, this is CLT, what to do with that? It suggests us whenever you find betas, the coefficient partial coefficients in a regression model, all these regression coefficients, mean, median, correlation, they are following normal distribution irrespective of the sample size. If we invoke CLT, these all measures are following normal distribution. Okay, the standard error of these objects, these averages, that depends upon size of n you are taking. Uh, it would increase the errors you are having in the system. It would increase with decrease in sample size, or the errors would reduce with increase in sample size. Okay, but if I say ki this is only and only right when we have large sample size, that should be sufficient enough. But what large is actually large? Generally, in the literature, 30 is regarded as a threshold limit to assume normality and invoke CLT. Okay, so now I think we are clear. Population, we are drawing samples, and each of these samples we make a distribution. That distribution follows the normal distribution with population mean and population sigma divided by under root error would be its error. Okay, now if I want to prove this, how to do this? Very simple example. I take a sample, I go to Jaipur and I want to buy a house and I want to know what is average price and its error there. I take a sample of 10 houses, that is n is 10. This is the price, $10 million, $15 million in this way. So first I need to make this vector somewhere, whether it is Excel or R. R, I prefer, friends. So this is a vector I am created here. First let me remove all the variables I have here. Okay, this is the vector I am creating. What is the mean of this? I just want to know. So friends, 17.4 is mean that I have shown here. Its standard deviation 4.06, and its standard error is 1.28. 1.28 we have got here. Now, this is based on CLT assumption because the prices I am having, the average price is 17.4 with standard error 1.28. Okay, now we are getting 1.28, but is it really 1.28? Because sample size is very small. In that case, we can do mm, a simple process in R. Suppose I say here what I am assuming the sample means they are following a normal distribution. Okay, how to show that? Suppose I take 10 100 random samples from normal distribution having same mean as our sample, having same standard deviation as our sample. So I generate 100 random samples from a normal distribution with sample mean 17.4 that we have seen here, friends, and standard deviation 4.06, that is standard deviation of a sample. Simply 10 house prices I have taken, the mean and sample standard deviation I have taken. Based on this mean and sample standard deviation, I would generate 100 random sample from normal distribution. How? Okay, this is the way I can do this. I am just setting a seed 10165. You can set any number just to repeat the answer I am having here. You can just replicate the results I am having. So I say set seed, any arbitrary number here, then replicate this function. Suppose what I say, from a random normal distribution, find random numbers of size 10. I am getting 10 values of size. So observation number is 10 with mean 17.46 and standard deviation 4.06. This is the formula to generate random. Suppose I say this. Here I am getting 10 values. When I find the mean of this, in this way I would generate 100 samples, find mean of these. I would be having 100 sample means. So I would replicate this process, replicate the process 100 times of this mean. Now I am having 100 values. I can see these 100 values. These are 100 sample means of these 100 samples. So what is the mean and standard deviation of this? The mean 17.37 and 1.22. This is our random sample here, friends. And now we want to see the histogram of this. This is histogram. This seems normal. So we can do the exercise with any number of size. Suppose I say with 10,000 resampling. I do this same thing with histogram also. Histogram, now we see at the histogram, it is now almost completely normal. It seems normal. And the values I got 17.38 for mean and errors 1.29. So now this is sigma 1.29 I am getting here. That is same, that is almost similar to my earlier value 1.28. So here I can say CLT is very useful. I don't need to do this exercise. Any statistic I measure with base or that is based on sample. It could be mean, I say it could be a correlation, anything. All these variables follow normal distribution. But assumption is they are following CLT. The sample statistics is invoking CLT. Thanks for watching, friends. Keep watching.